I would mention on zone marketing, we've been involved with that now for about a year and a half. It really works because it focuses you on what your real business is at the counter, at the table, in the back of the house. And in response to the comment the other day, take the coupon. We take the coupon. In fact, if people bring in more coupons than we can take, why we put a box out on some of the counters, and people come in and they have a coupon exchange. So you come in and get the coupon you want, take it out, and go cash it in somewhere else. It works great. Well, everything's an opportunity in this business. It just depends on what you make of it. There are really no new customers, I think, as most of us were. What we're in is a battle for market share. And my parents tried to teach me about sharing when I was a real small boy, which my kids really deny ever happened. But you learn to share your toys in the sandbox, but as you get older and you get into business, why the one thing that you have trouble with is determining how many of your customers you want to share with somebody else. So I came up with a different definition of market share, which might help you. Market share is that part of your business that you're willing to share with somebody else. You put it into that perspective, and suddenly you don't like the word market share anymore, because that's what you're doing. If you want to share customers with someone else, I suggest you become a social worker and get out of the restaurant business. One of the other comments that we had here, we were talking about, we've really tried to get more involved in measuring what we do. I was mentioning to, I think it was Jim the other day, we were having a problem with the fry yield, so we put a graph by the fry station. All of a sudden we were getting our fry yields. Our raw food waste got too high, so we put a graph back where we inventory our product. Suddenly our raw food waste came under control. So the little phrase that we've begun to use is if you can measure it, you can manage it. And anything that you try to measure, you can manage. And it's unbelievable what that's done for us. And you know, we don't even talk about it. In the drive-thru, we put a little sign up how many cars we moved and who worked on moving the cars that day. The next day, the people come in and they got to see what the number is to beat. We don't go around saying you got to beat the number. Just appeal to people's pride, recognize them, and provide incentives. It's just suddenly you turn what can be an agony for you into a lot of fun. If raw food waste is a problem for you, and it eats almost all of us up in one fashion or another, if you begin to track it, suddenly it's not a problem because you've put a focus on it. It's no different than this zone marketing. It's kind of zone operations, and I think we found that to be really helpful to us. In the McDonald's business, we've become what we call incremental junkies. If you don't have a percentage increase this day, that week, that month, that year, why then suddenly your marketing programs are not very good. And we've tried to figure out in dealing with the businesses what's the most important thing. Because in one of the discussions I heard here, people were concerned about, well, we can't do that promotion. I don't know if I take the coupon because it raised my food cost. I went to my banker here, it's been some time ago, and asked him what he would rather have, was a 26% food cost or a 60-some% gross profit, or would he like to see how much money I had to deposit? He said, you keep the percentages and I'll take the cash. So maybe that's a roundabout way of saying that whatever your percentages aren't nearly as important as what your cash flow is and what you can generate in your business. And you pass by a lot of good business opportunities because you're worried about what your percentage is going to be. And I'll take a smaller percent of one heck of a lot larger top line any day. And once again, the neat part about it is if you're able to do that, that's a customer that you have that the guy down the street doesn't have. That's why I say take the coupon. Always take the coupon. I don't know about the tires, but I'll take the coupon. Only if you need the tires. We have a tight program, and I'm not supposed to talk at all, so I better stop it. Listen to the customer, because they really tell you what to do. And when they're not talking, listen even more, because they are really telling you what to do then. And one thing we've learned is you say, how was the food? Food's fine. Now, if you say, were the fries hot? Oh, now you're trying to pick a fight, because now you're getting right down to what you really need to know, and the customers, they'll tell you then. But how many times have you gone on to eat and made her do something? How's the food? Oh, it's fine. And you look over to your wife and say, let's get out of here. Right? Now I say, how was your drink? How were your fries? Was the steak cooked the way you'd like it? When you ask a specific question, you get the specific answer. You say, how's the weather? Fine. Do you like rain? Hell no, it screws up my business. But the weather's fine. Right? So it's true, all marketing is local. But if we don't execute, then we get executed. So hope you enjoy the rest of the conference. I've enjoyed my relationship with Tom a great deal.